Remember what it felt like watching Ready Player One for the first time? So many Easter eggs from old and new movies. Well, this felt a lot like that. Hey everybody, I'm Jesse, and I just finished watching The Fall Guy. I was really looking forward to this one for the past couple of days because seeing it floating around, all the reviews, everybody, all the buzz talk, and everybody talking about it got me hyped up. Before that, though, to be honest, I kept seeing the trailers and I was like, man, I wasn't sure what to expect out of it. So you've got two things going on here in this story. You've got a mystery and you've got a love story, and both of them are very well tended to. With the love story, you're invested in wanting to see them prevail, right? Both characters are very likable and you want to see them be together, right? On the side of the mystery, you're also very invested because things keep unraveling. It's not just point A to point B kind of thing where it's like, I need to go save someone, I need to go, off somebody or find out what's going on here in a very simplistic mystery. Things unravel as you're going through, and there's new revelations. And it keeps it interesting as we're going through this adventure. So it kind of flip flops back between both of the stories. It doesn't tangle them up too much, and so it keeps it fresh throughout the entire movie. You're never really bored, or there's no real dull moment where you're like, all right, come on, what's gonna happen now, right? And just like all good action comedy flicks from the 80s and 90s, this felt a lot like that. You have great stunts, great performances, great action and fight sequences that kept it just chugging along nonstop. It wasn't, I wouldn't call it like edge of your seat kind of action, because at no point did I feel like that, but it was very, very entertaining. The comedy chops were also very good. Like I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of Easter eggs and call outs to other movies. And that was really fun too, seeing them in the middle of an action sequence and they spit out this little quote and they're like, hey, and they acknowledge it in the movie. So that's super fun. And the whole aspect of there being a movie being made within the movie is super interesting as well. I'm sure it must have been done before. I can't think of what movie off the top of my head right now, but that was a really interesting plot point as well that provided for some really fun action sequences. But overall, the movie was a fantastic package, and a lot of things that we haven't seen in a while done on film. There was a couple things that I was just like, oh look, this is very reminiscent of your typical 80s 90s action thriller. You've got a boat jumping off a ramp and then a typical explosion, pyrotechnics, and all sorts of stuff, and it kept it very fun. The more that the movie progressed, the more I enjoyed it. So on to my rating for the movie. Like I said, I was not expecting much last week. Then all the buzz came out, and I was like, whoa. And I walked into the movie, and the second the intro starts and the song that hops on, that starts in the intro, I was like, all right, this is going to be a pretty fun movie. And yeah, it went with it. It was a super entertaining movie the entire way. I walked out of the movie feeling like, yeah, that was a great, fun action flick. So I'm going to give it a solid 9. Absolutely loved everybody's performances. The cast was exceptionally chosen, from Emily Blunt, Ryan Gosling. We got Winston Duke. I wasn't expecting to see him in this film. You don't see him in any of the trailers. Also, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Again, I don't know if I was not paying that much attention to the trailers, but I was like, hey, whoa! I wasn't expecting to see these guys in here, but it kept the movie super fun. And yeah, very entertaining film overall. And it's a must watch. If you have time to go check it out in theaters, I highly recommend you go watch this film. So if you do go check out this film, or if you've already seen it, let me know what you think in the comments below. Till next time.